Did you know that there is an oasis hidden in the middle of Nevada's high desert? The Hot Creek Hot Springs located in Lund, Nevada is something that we thought we could only find in Florida or the Caribbean. Not only is the spring water super clear, but it also has that teal blue color that is the trademark of the Caribbean water. This spot is also home to the protected Moorman White Springfish, which are only found at 3 springs in the entire world. These springs have an average temperature of 85 degrees. We would consider Hot Creek Springs more of a warm spring than a hot spring. So it would probably not be a great idea to get in the water during the freezing winter months, but it is a perfect spot to visit during the spring, fall, and summer. As we make our way to the springs, let's go over some hot spring etiquette really quickly. You may notice that there is a bathroom located in the parking lot. Please use it rather than the springs. Please practice leave no trace. The Hot Creek Springs and Marsh is designated as a national landmark, and as I mentioned before, it's home to the Moorman White River Springfish. So we need to keep this area clean not only for us, but for the fish as well. I couldn't blame you if you wanted to enjoy a tasty beverage at this spot, but please avoid glass containers. Things can get pretty muddy out here, so wear shoes that give you a decent amount of traction and that you don't mind getting dirty. I know that we have mentioned that the water does not get very hot here, but with any hot spring, it's always good to check the water before you jump in. It could get scalding hot. As far as the dress code goes, there are no rules here, so you'll find anything from t-shirts to bathing suits to no bathing suits, so be ready for that. One of the really cool things about these springs is that they seem to go on forever. We only explored about 0.2 of a mile of these springs, but it turns out that they go on for about 2.8 miles. We aren't sure what the conditions are at the lower sections of the springs or if you can swim in them, but it would be cool to go back and check them out too. The whole time we were there, we could not get over how clear and teal the water was. It definitely did not look like something you would find in the middle of the desert. We ended up walking all the way up to the start of the springs, and that's when it was time to get in. One of the really great things about these springs is that if you feel like being social, you can always hop in the water where people are having a great time, or if you feel like having some peace and quiet, you can just head upstream or downstream until you find an area that you can have all to yourself. If you are not a strong swimmer, I highly recommend bringing a life jacket or some other type of flotation device. The water at the main spring is somewhere around 12 to 15 feet deep. Since all of the springs are connected, after soaking and relaxing for a bit, we decided to walk downstream. It will be shallowing up, so you can either walk or ride an inner tube down the stream, which I would love to do next time. If you love hot springs but you want a little bit more of a challenge to get to them, you should check out our video about the Gold Strike Hot Springs. You can see that one by clicking in the upper corner. And just across the river from that is the Arizona Hot Springs. If you haven't seen that one, you can also click in the upper corner. We only ended up walking downstream until we were just about even with the parking lot. This is where we spotted what I believe is the Moorman White River Springfish. And we also met some really cool people from the town of 𝐈𝐍𝐿. Be sure to stay tuned because we have some pretty neat videos coming from up that way. It would have been a really nice and easy walk back to the car from this point if it wasn't for the fact that we left our towels a little bit upstream. The good thing is that the flow of the stream is so incredibly slow that walking upstream is no challenge at all. Soon it was time to say goodbye to the hot springs because we still had a long drive ahead of us. This area is really fun to explore though, and we would love to come back and camp at the Dave Deacon campground. Believe it or not, it is free to camp there. We will have to bring our kayaks with us next time because the hot springs are also close to the Adams-McGill Reservoir. This looks like a fun and peaceful little paddle spot. And that is going to do it for our very short video about Lund, Nevada's Hot Creek Hot Springs. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. Feel free to let us know in the comments where you would like to see us go next. And for all the information about Hot Creek Hot Springs, as well as other awesome Nevada adventures, head on over to livethatadventure.com.